Hey guys, back with another quick one. How do you review a grading plan when you're done? How do you make sure that it drains out at your minimum slope? How do you make sure it's not steeper than your maximum? How do you make sure that accessibility codes are met? Well, you might check with your feature line slopes and make sure that they're all above 1% and just hope that you don't miss anything. Well, that can be 0% because this can be steeper over there. But what if there's a way to visualize flat spots and steep spots in your surface? Well, it turns out, actually, there is. Red is too flat, and you can see by this legend right here that we're about to create exactly what all these colors mean. But with this, you can easily spot flat spots. Purple is too steep. You can easily see there's some steepness going on here. Part of that's our curve, which is normal. How do you get to this spot? Well, first thing we're going to do is create a new surface style. A lot of people don't have one that shows this, so we're just going to create a new one. We're going to go ahead and turn off all of our contours and border. The only thing we care about is slopes. The other thing you can do is go to the Analysis tab, go to Slopes, and set your default color scheme. I like Rainbow, but you can also go look at Hydro, other ones, just so that way you don't have to spend so much time tinkering with your colors. It sets them up kind of right. If you click OK, let's give this a useful name other than copy. Slope Analysis. And these colors don't mean anything. We can quickly create a legend here. Slopes. You can see it's actually blank there, so I'm not sure how it's coloring this. We have to set it ourselves. We're going to send this to back so it's behind everything, and then we're going to go in Surface Properties, go to Analysis, go to Slopes, and then we're going to decide how many bands we want. In my case, I want 6. And you see now we can set all these colors and what they mean. So I like 0 to 1% or 0.99 to be red because sometimes there's some margin of error just with modeling surfaces. So red is too flat. Then I like 1% to 2% to be green, pretty much. That works for pretty much any accessible component. Then I'll make 2 to 5, which is kind of a running slope for an accessible sidewalk in the US. I'll make that maybe a color between orange, then 5 to 8.33, which is kind of the max ramp slope, is just going to be orange for me, and then I'll just do blue for landscape grades. It's 25. And then purple will be too steep. I'll just make that a really big number there. Click OK. And now here we are. And you can see our slope code here. This will tell you exactly what's going on. You can see we have some really steep spots, so we shouldn't have this steep in front of the building. This needs to be a lot flatter. You can see our sidewalk over here does look good. You can see we got some flat spots here. If you look closer, that's because this is a curb line at 0.5%, so it's not steep enough if our minimum is 1. And then you can also see we have some steep pavement between the curb and the building here. You can see that that's 0.5, about 6 inches difference. So super helpful design tool. Now, it's a little annoying setting the colors every time, and there are a couple ways around that. If you want to, you can put a blank surface in your template that has all the colors set up. It's pretty easy to do. We're just going to take this surface, and we're going to remove all the operations from it. Remove from definition. We still have the colors set up exactly how we like them. You can click OK. Let's go ahead and rebuild this. You'll see it'll turn into nothing. We can select this, select, Control Copy, Control C, and then paste it into a new drawing. And you'll see it will add a surface in here, FG1, and we can just name it blank. And we can put this in our template, so every new drawing has a surface called blank. No big deal, it's not really taking up any space. You can also save this in a personal drawing, and you can just copy this into drawings as you see fit. You can just copy it and then copy it into this one, and then add all your feature lines to it. Or you can do what I did and make a custom command that sets all your slopes for you. It's not too hard. You don't have to know a lot about coding, and you can just quickly set all your surface colors. that's all for this one. Thanks for watching.